Thank you, Nettie. I feel like I've been here many times before, and I've always been doing some type of comedy, but now it's official. I'm not from Big Rapids. I've just been here a few times, just kind of back and forth for the Christmas show and then this show, and I've really started to notice the craft breweries that are popping up. Have you? Yeah, all right. Woo! Craft brewery. I gotta tell you, I'm not cool with that. These so-called craft breweries. Because I went in there, and there's no glitter and glue. There's no macrame, there's no scrapbooking. And you talk to the guys who work in there, they don't know an X-Acto knife from a model airplane. So-called craft breweries. My wife and I went on a little vacation earlier this year, and but we're not doing one in the summer. And maybe, are you guys going on a summer vacation anywhere? Going any place? I'm just looking around the room. Do we have any snowbirds in the room? Just maybe? Yeah, so up here when it's too hot down there. Sorry about this week, everybody. Well, my wife and I went on a trip, and we went to Mexico, and we had to go through customs. We had the TSA, though. The TSA, they're so, I don't know how you feel about it, but they work so hard. I say hats off to them. Also, coats, belts, shoes, pants. No liquids over 3 ounces. But while I was in Mexico, I learned a lot of things. The most important thing that I learned while I was in Mexico is that I do not speak Spanish. I thought, oh, hey, I can be polite and everything, it'll be fine, you know. I just, gracias. De nada. Of course, the moment you start speaking Spanish to anybody at a resort or a hotel or a restaurant or whatever, they think you speak Spanish. See? Yeah, that did not work out well for me. I was there on a night that happened to be a big festival, and everyone in this one restaurant, they were wearing these blue fedoras. I thought, oh, fedora. I gotta learn the word for that in Spanish. That'll be good. That's a great word. And so I asked the server, I said, hey, I pointed at my shoe, and I said, zapato, shoe. ¿Qué es esto? What is that? I grabbed his hat. What is that? Sombrero. Hat. I'm a moron. Another thing that I learned in Mexico is that tacos come in flavors. I've never had fish tacos before, but they have fish tacos. They were delicious. I only hope the Oreo cookie people don't get a hold of this. Have you seen all the Oreo flavors in the stores? I went to Meijer the other day and I saw Purple Moon Marshmallow Oreos. I don't think we need that. I've seen them with the chocolate filling instead of the white creamy filling. I've seen peanut butter, which is genius. Mint, there's chocolate, there's all these different things. For the millennials, they have avocado toast flavor. That's very good. The one flavor that really kind of had me going, though, I just thought they really phoned this one in. Cookies and cream Oreo. Now let me get this straight with this, though. You made yourself an Oreo flavored Oreo. Gosh. Well, we just had 4th of July, and the Independence Day Oreos were in the stores. I don't know if you caught those. They have Pop Rocks in the creamy filling. Y'all remember Pop Rocks? They are awesome for entertaining 13-year-old boys. And me when I put them in my cat's litter box. I'm a horrible person. I really am. I have the wrong kind of brain. I think of all the things I shouldn't think of. And sometimes it just comes out in the relationships I have with people. And by the way, I don't know a single person in a relationship. Think about that for a minute. I didn't like my grandmother's cookies. My grandmother made terrible cookies. It didn't matter how thin you sliced her. Not been booed by a group of senior citizens since Tuesday. I passed a cop on the way here. I was on the highway. I was trying to do the speed limit and everything. I passed a cop. Most people just stop at the kidney stone, but not me. My wife has one of those e-readers, the Kindle. I think those should come preloaded with some great literature, like Fahrenheit 451.
Yes.
Oh, she knows the classics.
My favorite book.
Firestarter, Dante's Inferno. Okay, and I'm going to run it past you again. Kindle, Campfires for Dummies. There you go. There you go. I'm a horrible person. When I was a little kid even, I grew up as an adopted kid, and I don't know if anybody else in the room grew up adopted or is adopted kids or anything. Yeah! Woo! Thank you. From the back row. The kids at grade school made fun of me for being adopted. There were so many other things they could have made fun of me for. But no, they picked adopted. So I would go home for lunch, and just before I walk out the door, the kids would say, "Brian, why are you going home for lunch? You don't have a real family. You're adopted." Yeah, that's right, I am. And I know my parents really wanted me. Yours had to take whatever came along. Somebody says, "How'd you get started in comedy?" That right there. I got a little older, I wanted to be a ventriloquist. I got the dummy, I took lessons, I was pretty good at the voice part. I was terrible at the puppetry part. So I just told everybody the dummy was paralyzed. You remember when taking a knee in professional sports was women's Olympic figure skating? Any Tanya Harding fans out there? Okay, well, I'm going to leave you with this one. I like my coffee black, like my heart. And I like it with a shot of espresso. So if I go to Big B, I order a black eye, 1 shot of espresso. Sometimes if I'm feeling a little under the weather, I will have a red eye. That's got 2 shots. And sometimes if it's really bad, I'll get a JFK. Too soon? Yeah, all right. Thank you very much. Thank you all so much. Again, if you've missed that, my name is Brian Atkinson. You can find my website at brianacomedian.com.